Game 6 of Air Force Ace versus CJ. We have here Iris stepping up for CJ Entus versus Anytime, who has been on a bit of a tear, and he needs to continue being on a tear because his team is down 3-2 still. He needs to win every game, obviously, and achieve an incredible comeback for Air Force Ace. And seriously, he's looking good enough to do it. I gotta say, he mixed up his games pretty well in the last two. And just played solid. Solid StarCraft. And he's going to be facing the Berserker, though. Berserker Terran, Iris, a very, very aggressive Terran player, and a solid one. He's declined a little bit over the times, but you know, he's done decently well recently. I liked his play in the last series I watched him in, CJ versus Oz, and you know, I'm going to expect good things from him on this in this matchup on Chupung Ryeung. Chupung Ryeung is a fairly balanced map. Might be a little bit balanced towards Protoss, but I think maybe that was just old Chupung Ryeung. Looking up the stats right now, it's actually Terran favored now. Wow. Okay, so it's actually 13 Terran, 7 Protoss. Interesting. Because the previous version was 19 Protoss, 10 Terran. So somehow, but with the small modifications on this map, it's become much more Terran favored than Protoss favored. Interesting. And we're seeing a pause here. So we're going to be seeing some technical difficulties. Interesting enough. And I'm going to fast forward them. And I believe we are pretty much done with the technical problems. Anytime was forced to pause, I believe, to fix his headphones. It was a sound issue, I think. And we're going to be seeing, yup, there's the unpausing with the countdown. I mean, geez. Precision is so important in StarCraft, and obviously having a pause being thrown in there is very bad, possibly, in lots of parts of the game. It could change the outcome, even. So that is why, obviously, you can't pause without reason. And you also can't chat anymore. Years ago you could, but you can't now. And I don't know really why that is. I guess they just wanted to make the game more civil, perhaps. Maybe people were being BM'd by chatting. Who knows? And in any case, though, we're going to be seeing Anytime here, of course, at the bottom left, and Iris at the upper right. And we're seeing, don't know what that says, actually. I don't know which player that is. Hope it wasn't Reach, because it didn't happen. Although that would have been pretty manly. Did not happen, unfortunately. And, you know, on Chupung Ryeung, I think there's a lot of good options for Protoss. I'm still very surprised, actually, that it became Terran favored. I mean, it went from almost 2-1 Protoss versus Terran to now almost 2-1 Terran versus Protoss. And the only things I remember changing were the back of the natural expansion and a couple of number of mineral changes. I don't know. Interesting. So here we're seeing Iris blocking his ramp with a SCV very early on. I think he's going to be trying something sneaky, possibly. Or maybe he just really doesn't want a scout getting in. He doesn't want a gas steal coming in. So that could be a smart move, but unfortunately for him, Anytime not going to be scouting, so that SCV is just going to be hurting Iris's economy a little bit without doing much. Anytime now going to go for a scout after putting down a 10 gate 12 gas there, most likely. And we're just seeing a standard factory build opening here from Berserker Terran, Iris. For those of you who don't like Man vs. Wild, because we've seen that one video where it appears like Bear Grylls is, you know, he's running over this lava bridge, and some other dude's running over, and there's like cars in the background and stuff, so it's not really that wild. I'll give you that. You know, he's not necessarily always in extreme danger or isolation, but Bear Grylls is still one of the manliest people on TV for doing all sorts of random, very difficult physical stuff. Like, if he sees a vine with a cliff that's 100 feet there, he's just going to climb the vine. If he sees, you know, a frozen lake, he's going to jump in it and swim 100 feet under ice. If he sees a lizard swimming next to him in a bog, he picks up the lizard by the tail, whacks it against a tree, this gigantic lizard, and then puts it over his neck while looking for a place to make a fire and eat it. That's how awesome he is. And, you know, I don't care if, like, sometimes, you know, it's kind of fake. Big deal. I mean, TV's fake. This is just in defense of me saying that that Reach is manly like Bear Grylls, or Bear Grylls is manly like Reach, whatever. Anyway, range upgrade going down here for Anytime.
Anytime. Looks like he's going to probably pop out a Dragoon and then kill off the SCV and then decide what to do afterwards. A lot of choices, obviously, is what I was trying to say before I interrupted myself. And obviously, there's fast expand choices, and there's some decent Reaver Harass choices, I think. But evidently, hasn't been good for Protoss since the changes made on the between Chupung Ryeung and Sin Chupung Ryeung. Iris doing a good job of keeping his scouting SCV alive. On the other hand, I'm not sure Anytime got to see much with his probe at all, so maybe that's going to be a little bit of an benefit for Iris. And here we're seeing a second gate going up. Okay, so it's going to be a 2-gate here. We'll see if he decides to pursue this really heavily, or if he's just going to transition into a fast expand. And for Iris, it looks like we're going to probably see a 2-factory here, because I see all the SCVs still on gas, and it looks like, you know, by sealing off his wall, sealing off his choke point, I think that was a signal to us, at least, that he's be trying something sneaky. And it might be, what is it? Interesting enough, it looks like he's just scouting with that SCV. And really, I don't know what it is yet. We're seeing the barracks floating, yeah, so the barracks is going to be trying to scout there. It might even get killed by a Dragoon, but probably not. But it looks like just a tank being built there, and it looks like it will be just a fast expand. Well, at least it seems like it. Yeah, is it just going to be a fast expand? It will just be a fast expand. Okay, so I guess I saw wrong. I guess there was only one SCV on gas. Somehow I saw 3. Anyway, so looks like expansion going down for Anytime also. So both players expanding, and this is actually both incredibly standard builds. You know, 2-gate core into expansion is like the most common PvT build ever. I think if they did a study, it would actually be the most common, at least on the amateur level. It really is. 1-gate expand is also very common. 1-gate robo obs expansion. That's more of a pro build, though, I think. When the pro players really feel like they need observers, because, you know, pro Vulture Micro is so good. Anyway, though, looks like a robotics facility going down now, as expected. And we're going to be seeing some observers coming up soon, although possibly Anytime's going to try going for a Reaver Harass. We'll see. Most likely observers, though, first. And here we go. He's going to block the ramp. Very nice work there. That Vulture gets to see nothing, except for the fact that Anytime has expanded. And, you know, Anytime, I think, knows that the same is going on for Iris. So, you know, Iris not living up to his Berserker name here. He's going to choose to probably go for an attack in the mid-game, not in the early game, obviously. I mean, and you know, Man vs. Wild, Bear Grylls sees a python that is like, I don't know, I don't think it was a python, it was like a boa constrictor that was like 8 feet. He's like, oh, you gotta watch out for stepping on these, you know. Oh, they're very dangerous and they'll just tear you apart and just constrict you to death. And then he's like, I'm going to grab it and kill it. And he grabs it and he kills it with a stick. And then he puts it over his neck and eats it later. I mean, how manly is that? Kill things and you just wrap it around your neck so you can walk like 15 more miles